Hi, welcome to Bobby Cinema Theater. I'm Bobby Cinema. This is my 37th week live on my webcast on October 19, 2009. This is where I introduce the new movies and DVDs out this week. Don't forget to log into my website. The first movie out this week is Where the Wild Things Are, starring Max Records. This movie is directed by Spike Jonze, produced by Tom Hanks, produced by Legendary Pictures and Playtone. I took this movie. I recommend people watch this movie in theaters. Max Records made an extraordinary performance in this movie. My hat's off to him. I grade this movie a B-. The next movie out this week is Stepfather, starring Penn Badgley and Dylan Walsh. This movie is directed by Nelson McCormick, produced by Mark Morgan, and distributed by Screen Gems. I took this film. I recommend people watch this movie in theaters. Penn Badgley and Dylan Walsh did an excellent job in this movie, where they play cat and mouse game with a future stepfamily. My hat's off to them. I grade this movie a B. The next movie out this week is Law Abiding Citizen, starring Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx. This movie is directed by F. Gary Gray, produced by Gerard Butler, and produced by Overture Films. I took this film. I recommend people watch this movie in theaters. Jamie Foxx, Gerard Butler, an extraordinary performance in this movie. My hat's off to him. I grade this movie a B. The next movie out this week is New York, I Love You, starring Shia LaBeouf. This movie is directed by Brett Ratner, produced by Marie Grasek, and produced by Palm Pictures and Fawadi Entertainment. This movie is an all-star cast, where I look for love in all the right places, especially in New York. Shia LaBeouf, an extraordinary performance in this movie. My hat's off to him. I grade this movie a B. The next movie out this week is Black Dynamite, starring Michael J. White. This movie is directed by Scott Sanders, produced by John Stingard, and produced by Apparition. I took this movie. I recommend people watch this movie in theaters. Michael J. White makes a certain performance in this movie. My hat's off to him. Grade this movie a C+. That's all the movies out in theaters this week. The first movie out on DVD this week is Drag Me to Hell, starring Alison Lohman and Justin Long. This movie is written, directed, and produced by Sam Raimi, produced by Ghost House Pictures and Universal Pictures. I took this film. I recommend people watch this movie on DVD. Justin Long and Alison Lohman make certain performance in this movie. My hat's off to them. I grade this movie a B. The next movie out this week on DVD is The Proposal, starring Sandra Bullock. This movie is directed by Anne Fletcher, produced by Todd Lieberman, and produced by Touchstone Pictures. I took this film and recommend people watch this movie in theaters. Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds make an extraordinary performance in this movie, the same couple they had in Green Card with Andie MacDowell and Gerard Depardieu. This movie is a lot better than you think. They both make an extraordinary performance in this movie. My hat's off to them. I grade this movie a B. The next movie out this week on DVD is Land of the Lost, starring Will Ferrell. This movie is directed by Brad Serling, produced by Jerry Miller, and produced by Universal Studios. I took a look at this film. I don't recommend people watch this movie on DVD. They should get better writers and better actors for this film. I grade this movie a D. That's all the movies out this week on theaters. Come back next week. We're going to do the new movies and DVDs out this week. Don't forget to log into my website where you can watch the new movie trailers, play my movie trivia, and my puzzle. This is BC. See you next week. Now get out.